Hey guys, what's up? So, new Netflix film, Thunder Force, Melissa McCarthy, Octavia Spencer, some other people that you know. Let me preface this with the fact that I like Melissa McCarthy a lot. I do. This is not a good film. And I know that I've probably seen some reviews where people are just like, this is garbage and like just trash on it. I will try to explain why I think it's actually not a good film, as opposed to just like a trash talking review that really has no semblance of a point. I mean, good for them for being able to have such a cool professional relationship and like be able to bond like that. And I know a lot of times these actors don't get to see their significant others. And like Melissa McCarthy gets to see her husband, Ben Falcone, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. But pretty much everything he's directed, which I think is pretty much only her films, has been really bad. If you go and check, most of the films where Melissa McCarthy is doing really well and the film is rated really well and it's awesome, Ben Falcone is not directing. Ben's films with her in it are just kind of campy. Just not, like, they're so watered down PG rated, and Melissa McCarthy thrives in R-rated films. First off, it's just not funny consistently enough. There's something that is done in these films with her and Ben where like it's just like these moments where they know that it's not that funny of a film, so they just give Melissa beats to like, hey Melissa, can you like improv something? I bet you they're written. I don't think they're 100% improvised, but it's just like, hey Melissa, say something funny, and then she just says like oh hello, like literally she'll do something like that, and she'll be like, that's like some kind of comedy, and it's not that funny. And I know she has range because she's done things like Bridesmaids, and she has range in her dramatic side with like Can You Forgive Me? You know, like she has range. She just tends to just like add this character to every single film she does. You could call this, if you wanted to, like the Kevin Hart effect. I love Kevin Hart, but Kevin Hart tends to play now the exact same character in every single film. Okay, to get into the films thing, I actually thought the premise was interesting, I guess, but like they were trying really hard to build a world, and the world was not being built. Like it wasn't working. The miscreants, the like whole thing of what was going on, the way the news was trying to capture it, all felt super fake. It didn't feel real. I didn't feel like this was a real world that was being built upon like nice solid premises and like with like a level of groundedness. It was just like, hey, the news people, oh, Laser is here and doing laser stuff, and you were just like, wow, this is like weird. There's no level of tension, there's no level of drama. Even the way they say laser, it's like the actors were all judging their lines because they could tell how stupid the dialogue was. So, with the relationship of Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer's character, which I actually don't even remember Octavia Spencer's character's name. I remember Lydia, I remember the daughter Emily, but I don't remember the mom at all. And that's just a testament to like the fact that her character was so unimportant in my eyes. But in the beginning, I actually thought like the children, like the two different early children stages, I thought that relationship building was kind of interesting. I was like very interested in that. However, here's a couple of things that are so early on were so problematic and just constantly kept throughout the film. Wow, does Hollywood not understand what smart people are like? What the heck is going on? I'm not saying that like those kind of characters don't exist, but like you just assume like, oh, you're like a dork and you have your hair set up like that and you're dressed like that, and like that's fine if you are, but they just were doing it for a purpose. Also, they thought this line, I'm not a nerd, I'm smart, there's a difference. I don't know if they thought that was a form of empowerment or something like that, but that is a really awful line. That is a terrible line. And it wasn't even a line that like she said and then she grew out of and realized I am a nerd or something like that. Like, what? Is being a nerd a terrible thing? Is being a geek a terrible thing? Is being a dork a terrible thing? Like, we're trying to break those stigmas, and they're just like, I'm not a nerd, I'm smart, there's a difference. They were just like very heavily pushing like what an intelligent person talks like. Oh, if I don't get these AP exams, I won't be able to avenge my parents' death. Like, Oh my god. What was that? That whole parent storyline was so awful, and I'll explain why. Yeah, I mean, you want to get an AP exam, you want to be smart, you want to go get a good education, and maybe it would be so that she could be successful. But I'm sorry, like, stop telling me that you need to avenge your parents. Stop saying it. Stop writing that dialogue. Show it to me. Show to me that it means something to the character. That's it. That's all you need to do. Stop this whole, my parents died and I need to do this. You don't understand. I need to be special so that I could save them. She just kept saying the line over and over and over again throughout the whole film. Like, that's not how you show character motivation. Not every film has to be written amazingly, but like, they're not even trying, in my opinion. I just like don't think they like respect the audience. And that like upsets me a little bit. So I don't mean to get like too frustrated about it. I just feel like they're not even attempting to write good dialogue where they put so much budget into films. So it's just like frustrating to me. One of the few funny lines, I thought the guy trying to tell a joke to Melissa McCarthy was really funny. I thought him trying to say it to Lydia was like hilarious. I don't know why, it was just like his line delivery. One of the like 3 times I think I laughed throughout the whole film. So that was funny. I want to give kudos where I think something was funny. And I think that was like the actor. The actor delivered it really well, Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy is really good when she can play off of awesome work. That's why Spy was so good. She still was very similar to her like Melissa McCarthy persona that she keeps doing. But like she was playing off like Jason Statham crushing it, and her assistant in the end crushing it, and Jude Law crushing it. Like, she was really good off of playing off great things. And when it's not great, it's so awful to watch her try to save it. They also don't understand how this type of organization will be run. There's only like 6 people in the entire building who are working on this project. She owns like 5 buildings. She owns a new building. And there's literally 6 people in total max working on this whole thing. One of whom is her child daughter. And I know she graduated and she's also smart, and they try to throw the smart shtick again. But like, okay, nobody's working on this. Nobody's like doing this. Second, I'm sorry, like on the day that they need to do the like, oh, I was just about to do the culmination of my life's work, and like I couldn't just tell you to come back tomorrow. You know, I couldn't just say, hey, I can't come to the reunion because I'm literally planning this titular moment in my life. Okay, so there's super strength and there's invisibility. Cool. I'm sorry. Why is Octavia Spencer trying to administer it to herself? Because she's trustworthy? Cool. Why is she not trying to get fit prior to doing this stuff? Like, that's not even, I'm not like making fun of the fact that she's heavier. That's not what I'm saying. Why would she, who wants to avenge all these people, not even hire something? Why doesn't she just like raise her daughter to be that person? But she might be nervous that she'll be in danger. Why doesn't she like hire somebody and kind of like raise them and mentor them? You know, why would she be the one to do it? Because she's the only one who could be trustworthy? Cool, at least call it out. Now, when Melissa McCarthy's character got the injection, cool. What are you going to do with invisibility? You have Octavia Spencer, who's not fit, is not a fighter, doesn't know how to do anything, has never been training, which, I mean, she clearly was not trained, and you just give her invisibility instead. How about instead you give it to Melissa McCarthy's character, who has super strength and now can be invisible? Huh? That would make sense. So now you have this really strong, super durable person who could kick ass, and then you have this like woman who's normal and can go invisible. And a taser. Let's give her a taser, because like if she doesn't have a taser, literally she has no purpose. And I get that they were trying to have like a dynamic duo, kind of like cop buddy show type of homage, but like you gotta be smart about it. I don't feel like these films the Ben Melissa films are ever written intelligently. And it's not that it's like easy to write a good film. It is hard, especially a comedy, but just get better writers. And then they just keep trying to force in comedy of like, oh, you have to take the injections, but I can do a pill. Why? I get that it's supposed to be funny. It's not that funny. Why would that make sense? Why does nothing in the film make any sense. Why would they be two different distribution methods or administration methods? Like why would that be the case? They were built in the same time period. Why are they doing this training montage? It's not that wasn't like an interesting part, but like what are they training? She's just getting really strong and kicking these dudes' butts. It would have maybe worked for Octavia's character to like learn, but like all it became was Melissa like throwing things too far and punching dudes too hard. She wasn't learning how to fight. She had no idea how to fight throughout the whole film. So what was the point of the training? Why not instead, with all your money and all your intelligence, why don't you build like an Iron Man type suit? Why are they wearing some suit that can't even be washed? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just like going on a rant, which I don't mean to, but I hope my points are making sense, because like there's so much of this just throughout the film that just makes you not be able to like waive disbelief. It just all is so implausible. Not even like becoming superheroes. That was the most plausible part of the whole film. Jason Bateman as Crab was probably one of the better parts of the film. That was just like really entertaining, really funny. That whole cut of them dancing together, like that was like their beautiful meet cute, was awkward and weird. So many of the jokes just didn't land. Mantis, the actress who plays Mantis, just like, ugh, I feel bad for her too. What a loser character. Laser was just so dumb. What a dumb character. The fight scenes weren't good. They weren't fun. The most interesting aspects was Melissa McCarthy doing acrobatics. Her being strong would not make her really good acrobatically. I don't know why people keep writing that kind of stuff, where like people get abilities and it makes them coordinated. Unless it's a part of your ability, you're not that coordinated. Like you don't have like massive coordination skills now. She can't just do the flip thing where she lands on her back and flips up. You know, the only one that made sense is when she hit herself off the ground and she came up. I was like, cool, a feat of strength that doesn't require a lot of coordination would make a lot of sense. But she's doing like backflips on cars. No, she can't. She would probably overshoot it. She wouldn't know how to do that correctly on a car, on a moving vehicle. What is she, like a pro-level gymnast? Her daughter, Octavia Spencer's daughter, was like, is a misused character. Like, she's smart, but they're trying to make it seem like she's Gen Z. You kind of got like, I think they could have done a better job, and it was a better idea of like her not being able to relate to her mom well enough, just that they're both intelligent, but that she wants to be a more grounded human being. They should have made her a more grounded human being and like wanted to like be a little bit like Melissa McCarthy's character. And that should have hurt Octavia more. And that would have been an interesting dynamic. We would have seen it before, but it would have been interesting. And I didn't like the forced Gen Z stuff. I don't know why they keep doing it. Like they could have made Fortnite really casual, I guess, but like they're just like, cool, Gen Z's like Fortnite, let's add Fortnite to the game. Cool, at the end when we're like victorious, what if Melissa McCarthy does like stupid dances that are like Gen Z oriented and like the thing, you know, like that will bring in people. I don't know why they keep doing that. Stop forcing that culture. It's so inauthentic. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have any place in your film. Octavia Spencer in that scene doesn't even follow suit because she could tell how lame it was. I could just see it in her face. One of the other parts that I thought was really funny, so this is the third funny part, was the running gag of the main bad guy's henchman. I don't know why, but that was just so good. Andrew was so good. He just kept killing bad guys, which they've done that joke in the past where it's like, oh, killing bad guys, killing your own henchmen, and it's like, I don't have anybody else. But they did such a good job at it. The henchmen were super funny about it. Even Laser was funny. Everybody was just trashing Andrew. Jason Bateman's face was really funny. So that whole thing was really good. The daughter getting super speed was probably one of the worst written elements I've ever seen in a film in a while. I'm like literally dead serious with that. You don't explain how Super Speed 1 came to be. Does that mean that there's multiple of them that are still left that they could do superpowers? How did she get super speed so quickly when it usually takes a very long time to administer, even at least a week or so she just gets it on time? How was she able to do that without any supervision? They wanted to give the daughter some cool thing. Didn't work. Wasn't good. Wasn't even that necessary, to be honest. They just wanted to give it to her. It wasn't like they actually were going to lose and the super speed girl saved them. It was just like whatever. The Laser versus Octavia Spencer fight was just awkward, and just you could just tell it's just like Octavia Spencer trying to be an action star and just like it not working. At least with Melissa McCarthy, you have like some super strength involved, so it can seem kind of funny. So the last part that I just think was just not strong about the film was the sentimental moments didn't hit at all. They were super forced by a well-performed cast, but like it just... If I think Octavia Spencer is forcing it, then like that's bad, because I think Octavia Spencer is pretty great. I have seen her force a few things emotionally, but she's overall a really great like actress. Why is Melissa McCarthy? Why did Melissa McCarthy have to hold the bomb? They even said, "Oh, if I throw it, it might hurt somebody." There's the lake. You're jumping in the lake. Why don't you just toss it into the lake? Cool. Why is she having a really long conversation with them when they have no idea when the bomb's gonna get set off? Then she does it and the bomb gets set off with it like 5 seconds later. The extras throughout the thing where the extras are having to cheer, you could tell the extras aren't even in it. They're just like, woo, Thunder Force. You're just like, man, this is making me uncomfortable at this point. To give a point of where I think they could have gone, they needed to be way more campy. They had to be like way worse at their jobs. Like everything had to be like so unrealistic. Like the crab thing was the closest thing. They should have just like really gone for it. Almost like making fun of superhero films. I think that's what they were trying to do, but they weren't. It wasn't making fun of any superhero film. It wasn't like a satire. And it should have been a satire of superhero films with super campy behavior. And I think that would have been really, really funny. And I think that would have been really great with the cast that we were provided. All right, guys. So that's my perspective. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Did you also think it was kind of terrible? Did you think it was really great? Art is subjective. So you don't even... Like, you can have whatever opinion you want. And that's 100% okay in my community, at least. And on that note, I'll catch you guys in the next one.